Okay, second half, because I only have 15 minutes. Where are we meeting everyone? The center of the mall in front of Polsky's. Our curious Dahmer mania lasted for a few months in our senior year. Our collective humor always ran towards the bizarre, so it was only natural that Dahmer's transformation from quiet geek to spastic freak fascinated us. We began goading him into public displays, freakouts in the library or cafeteria. Not that Dahmer needed much encouragement. And when we came up with the idea of paying him to put on a show at the mall, he was all for it. How much? We've got $35. Ha, there they are! For he knew this would be his day. 'Bout time! His command performance. Okay, here's the dough. Do not disappoint us. Ma! No worries there, hee hee. What's he gonna do? Shh, heh heh. Bah! Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh man, that was awesome. Snort, hee hee, hork. Where did he go? I lost him. There he is, in front of Woolworth's restaurant. Ha ha, hork. Hey, eek! Plink. So he knocks over the water goblets. What the heck? Bah! My God! So it went for 2 hours. We followed him around the mall in a chortling pack as he put on public displays. Mall security never noticed. That was typical. Dahmer always fell through the cracks, drunk in class, as teachers were unaware, stopped going to class. Oh, and the teachers were unaware, stopped going to class altogether, just lurked outside the building all day, and administrators had no clue. Abandoned by his parents, and the neighbors didn't know, a dog's head on a stake found in the nearby woods, and the cops couldn't figure it out. No wonder Dahmer the serial killer thought he was uncatchable. He'd been invisible his whole life, always cloaked in shadows, even when making a public spectacle of himself. Ugh! If he'd been caught just once during this time, could he have been saved? Try our new wheat germ? Pfft, I'm allergic! She's wearing an apron that says health foods. Does he need a doctor? Ack! Eventually, we had enough. This afternoon would become legend, but at the end, we were bored. I gotta get going. Want to go over to Disc Records? Let's stop at Brookline's first. I want to get the latest National Lampoon. As we headed back to the car, Dave and I made plans for later. Dahmer followed silently behind. Dahmer, following slightly behind, was not invited. How about Rocky Horror? Again? I think not. Hey, it's the Voidoids. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. I belong to the blank generation. I don't know how the song goes, and I can't sing. Feh, how can you listen to this punk rock crap? And I take it or leave it each time. Hopefully they sound better than I do. And when we dropped him off at his house, the curtain came down on our Dahmer fad. Sma, ma, says his friend. Crunch, crunch. And he sank back into the shadows for good. 3 months later, Dahmer would kill his first victim, a teenage hitchhiker, in this very house. Click. Door closes. Looking back on it now, knowing what we know today, every incident takes on heavy portent. So many signs, so many warnings, but no one saw them. No one. Man, did ya hear? Oh, did ya hear? Did I hear what? About Wagner. Wagner, the guy who was killed on his motorcycle last year? Yeah, someone messed with his grave. Tried to dig him up. What? Jesus! So many signs. We still go to Dahmer into stuff once in a while. Bob, a yearbook photog, would sneak him into various group photos. I got him in the National Honor Society photo. This is great. Hee hee. Uh-oh. Did you print the NHS photo yet? What is Dahmer doing in here? Grab. Oh man. Squeak, squeak. So he's scribbling out Dahmer's face. It became the symbol of his wasted youth. His blackened face. Oh, his face blackened out. The boy who didn't belong. There's Dahmer. June 1st, 1978, the last day of school for seniors. Can anything in life ever equal the unbridled joy of this day? Yahoo! Free! I practically floated home. My whole life stretched before me, full of hope and wonder. Thank you, God! But not for Dahmer. His life essentially ended this day. A few weeks later, and he was a killer, a monster. For the rest of his wretched life, he was covered in blood. A decade later, in 1988, I met a couple high school pals at a coffee shop in Cleveland. Sasky, that lunatic? Oh, Saksky. That lunatic? I hear he still lives at home. No! Ha! Total psycho. Yells at the neighbor. Always in trouble with the cops. I can't say this surprises me. It would still be several years until Dahmer's crimes came to light. What about Dahmer? Anyone know what happened to that guy? Nah, he vanished after graduation. He's probably a serial killer by now. And we all laughed. Ha 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 ha. Dissolved to black. The last time any of us saw Dahmer was in the summer of 1978. We had just graduated. It was magical. It was a magical, carefree summer of cruising and hanging out and field parties. For Dahmer, his journey to hell had begun. Living out in the boonies, we had to drive everywhere, piloting our battered dusters and Vegas over lonely country roads. Here's the Doors on the Buzzard. Mike was on his way home late, having just dropped off some pals after a night of cruising. Whoa, I almost didn't see that guy. What a moron! Walking in the road this time of night. Riders on the storm. It's Dahmer, I'll be damned. Dahmer, hey Jeff, greetings, bah. Haha, want a lift? Sure. You headed to your house? Yeah. What you been up to? I haven't seen you since graduation. Oh, not much. Man, it's dark back here. No one home? No, my parents are gone. Crunch, crunch. It's the tires. Dahmer's parents had split. He was alone in the house with the power cut off. So, you going to school this fall? Yeah, Ohio State. No kidding. And his friend is thinking, geez, how did he get in? What are you going to major in? Decorating. Bah! There's an asterisk there. Dahmer's freaky trademark shtick, imitating his mom's decorator who had cerebral palsy. So, lastly, ha ha ha, exactly. As the timeline of Dahmer's grisly murders was carefully constructed, we ascertained that as Mike sat in Dahmer's driveway that night, the dismembered body of his first victim, a young hitchhiker, was either in the house or in the trunk of his car, parked just a few yards away. See you later, Jeff. Yeah, bye. Click. Riders on the storm, there's a killer on the roam. And none of us ever saw him again. If you give this man a ride, sweet family will die. Killer on the roam. So that's it. Okay, let's see how many minutes I have left. Okay, yeah, that was it. Okay, I hope you had an easy time tolerating my reading. You could tell I don't work in a daycare because I don't read out loud at all. Okay, so thanks for watching. Bye.